Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Watch the market unfold. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. Happy Wednesday. We did get another inflation report today. I will get into that a little bit later. We do have the Fed chair speaking again at 7 a.m. today. So that can definitely cause some volatility. I track the headlines, the data, and the market levels so you don't have to. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mindset with our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, now let's get into some of the data. So we got PPI data today. Core PPI month over month was forecasted at 0.3%. Actual came in at 0.2%. PPI month over month forecast was 0.0%. Actual came in negative 0.3%. That is cooler than expected. The Empire State Manufacturing Index was forecasted at 9.3. Actual came in at 15.6. That is stronger than expected. So the data gives the market a mixed but constructive message. Inflation pressure is cooling on the producer side, but manufacturing strength is still holding up. That combination can be supportive if the market believes inflation is easing without growth falling apart. So the market did give a positive reaction when that news came out. Everything went up. SPX, the NAS 100, the Dow Jones. So that's a good initial reaction. We do have the Fed chair speaking at 7 a.m. That matters because traders will listen closely to how the Fed interprets back-to-back cooler inflation data. Yesterday, CPI came in cooler. Today, PPI came in cooler. If the Fed sounds less hawkish, that could support the market. If he pushes back and the Fed says he needs to stay restrictive, that could bring volatility back. All right. We did have some earnings today. ASML beat on earnings by 9.6% and beat on revenue by 4.2%. The stock is currently up around 3% from yesterday's close. That is important because ASML is one of the most important semiconductor equipment companies in the world. When ASML raises guidance or reports strong demand, that supports the broader AI and chip equipment story. BlackRock beat on earnings by 9.6% and beat on revenue by 5.3%. The stock is up around 4.3% from yesterday's close. Morgan Stanley beat on earnings by 17.9% and beat on revenue by 8.5%. The stock is up around 1% from yesterday's close. So earnings season is giving the market some support this morning, especially from financials and semiconductor equipment. Just like yesterday, the banks had really strong earnings as well. Now let's talk about oil. Google Finance is reporting that oil prices are climbing as Iran's Revolutionary Guard threatened to halt energy exports in the region. Brent crude is back around $85 per barrel. That keeps oil as one of the major inflation risks in the background. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's Daily Law for today. Title, Heighten the Experience. Daily law. Any kind of heightened experience, artistic or spiritual, lingers in the mind much longer than a normal experience. Today's law is about creating moments that people remember. Robert Greene is saying that ordinary experiences fade, but heightened experiences stay with people. A powerful moment, a surprise, a strong feeling, or a meaningful association can make something unforgettable. For long-term investors, markets also create heightened moments. Major earnings beats, cooler inflation reports, breakouts to all-time highs, sharp reversals. These moments can shape investors' psychology for weeks or months. But the key is not to get lost in the emotion. The key is to ask what the moment actually changes. Does it change earnings? Does it change inflation? Does it change Fed expectation? Does it change leadership? For day traders, heightened moments are everywhere. CPI, PPI, Fed testimony, earnings restrictions, oil headlines. Those moments can create opportunity, but they can also create traps. The first candle after the data is emotional. The follow through is what matters. Let the heightened moment happen, then watch how price behaves after the emotion settles. That is where the real information shows up. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion, process over prediction. Now let's get on these charts, y'all. First up, we have NVIDIA. Currently in the pre-market at 211.28. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 210.50, followed by 208.90. We have the bottom of the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone here at 207.71. Underneath that, we got 205.70 and 203.80. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 212.52, followed by the top of the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone, which is also the previous week high at 214. If we do get out of that, we can definitely make the strong move to the upside to 217.25. Next, we got Apple currently in the pre-market at 317.15. To the downside support, we got yesterday's high at 316.19, followed by the pre-market low of 314.49, 313.05, 311.91, 310.10. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 319.68, followed by 321.60, 323.55. Next, we got Google currently in the pre-market at 358.40. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 356.85, followed by 353.85, 351.10, 350.40. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 360.22, followed by 362.90, 365.50. Next, we got Microsoft currently in the pre-market at 387.79. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 384.13, 378.95, 378.65, 374.90, 373.35. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 388.69, 393.65, 395.55, 396.90, and then 401.75. Next, we got Amazon currently in the pre-market at 248.97. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 274.53, followed by 246.60, 243.80, 240.90. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 249.80, 251, 252.50, 256.35. Next up, we got TSM currently in the pre-market at 426.55. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 423.14, followed by 421.20, 418.86, 413.25, and the bottom of our Smart Money Concept support zone at 407.70. The top of the zone is actually 426.51. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 430.58, 431.06, 432.90, 438, 444.85. Next, we got SpaceX currently in the pre-market at 137.80. The downside support, we got the pre-market low at 136.60, 135.50, 135. The IPO price. Next up, we got, to the upside, we got the pre-market high, 137.96, followed by 139.60, 142.80. Next, we got AVGO, currently in the pre-market at 393.50. To the downside support, we got 391.70, followed by 387.95, 385, 384.64, 379.60. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 396, 397.33. We are in the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone, so be aware of that. The midway point of the zone is 403.34. Then I have a level here at 407.50, 412.70, and then the top of the zone is 414.65. Next, we got MU currently in the pre-market at 978.50. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 965.29, followed by 950, and then which is the top of the gap. The bottom of the gap is 943.34. Underneath that, we got 937.20, 918.65. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 993.73, 994.80, 998, and 1,035. Next, we got Meta currently in the pre-market at 665.59. To the downside support, we got 662. We got the pre-market low of 658.83. And then we at the top of this gap at 658. Inside the gap, I got 649.05. Midway point of the gap is 645.62. Got level here at 643. And then the bottom of this gap is 633.36. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 666, followed by 666.50, which was yesterday's high. Above that, we got 671, and then 677.86. Next, we got Tesla currently in the pre-market at 398.31. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 395.28, followed by yesterday's low of 394.76, 391.32, and then 390.50. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 398.45. Yesterday's high of 402.22, 405.60. Not too many levels on Tesla. The other one's very far away. Next up, we got Eli Lilly currently in the pre-market at 1150. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 1148, followed by 1146, 1140. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 1155, followed by 1166, 1174, 1178. Let me just give you that Tesla level that is beyond the 405. It's actually 413.15, just in case you wanted it. Next up, we have Berkshire B, 491.92 here in the pre-market. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 491, followed by 490.70. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 492.80. You're not trading Berkshire B anyway. Next up, we got SPY. Look at SPY pushing all pre-market highs. That's great. SPY currently in the pre-market at 754.45, which is actually the pre-market high. The pre-market low is going to be 752.20. Underneath that, 749.90, 748.66, 746.15. To the upside resistance, we got 755.40, 756.65. Then we have the bottom of our Smart Money Concepts resistance zone at 756.76. Inside this zone, I do have 758.10. The middle of the zone is 758.50. And the top of the zone is actually the all-time high of 760.40. Next, we got QQQ currently in the pre-market at 724.62. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low. Well, first we got yesterday's high at 722.29. We got the pre-market low at 721.45. We got 719.35, 714.34. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 724.82, followed by 726.40, 728.90, 730.80. And we got IWMs pushing pre-market highs right now as well. It looks like the market is looking very strong here in the pre-market. That is wonderful. Currently in the pre-market at 295.66 to the downside support. We got 294.17, 293.75, 292.50 to the upside resistance. We got yesterday's high of 296.07, 296.50, 298.20, and 300. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Set those alerts. Let's get this money out the market. You know we day trading every single day because the strategy is hit.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube Live. We'll be back with the market check-in later today. Let's get this money out the market, y'all. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.
Peace, blessings, financial freedom.